Welcome back to Cod with Miso.
Today we're going to be reviewing Narisawa restaurant in Tokyo, Japan.
Narisawa had gotten a start working at YOLO learning French-style cooking, and then eventually opened his own restaurant in Tokyo starting in 2003, and is consistently placed in top 30 restaurants in the world. We had a great experience on our trip, and we wanted to share it with you guys.
All right, so without further ado,
let's go. So the first dish they serve is called bread of the forest, which they bring fresh yeast and dough sourced from various parts of Japan. And they basically put that into a sizzling hot stone bowl and cook the bread tableside. You get all the aroma of the bread and the yeast just cooking, and a very interesting way to bring the first course. And while this is all cooking, they serve this beautiful dish accompanying the bread as you get started.
And alongside the bread, once the bread is done baking in the pot, it was really cool. They included a little dollop of butter, but it was made to look like moss. So it was really nice butter made from Hokkaido milk, and actually on top it had olive dust and spinach chlorophyll to make it look like moss. Didn't add too much flavor, but it was just really cool. Really cute presentation of bread and butter.
Very beautiful, yeah.
Okay, and then while the bread was baking, this was actually the dish that they brought for you to eat. And this was just, I mean...
gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Oof. This was like such a surprise when they brought it.
Yeah.
This was just so cool. Everything looks like it's made out of plants. Basically, it's supposed to be like a forest floor.
Yeah.
And you're actually encouraged to eat everything with your hands. And it's kind of crazy because it doesn't look like it would be edible. It looks like it's actually real leaves and sticks and stuff.
Branches and soil.
Yeah, so you're kind of apprehensive going into it.
Right.
But actually it turns out that a lot of the ingredients were made of soybean, like paste. Everything was edible, even the little twigs that you could pick up with your hands. And I guess those were actually made of burdock root crisps. And they also had like matcha powder to add some of the green coloring.
Everything was just really well composed. The flavors matched well together. Again, just really beautiful dish.
Yeah.
Great way to start the meal with something fun.
Yeah.
Using your hands, and beautiful artistic touch to it.
Yeah, everything actually tasted good too. It tasted as good as it looked. All right, and then this was the next dish that came out. And this was really cool because it looked like at least to me, it looked like it was fish swimming in water.
Yeah, it was like they were like swimming in like a fish bowl or something.
Yeah.
In a pond.
Yeah. Right. And so these were basically little fried little fish. And it came with a little sauce it was like a sakura plum sauce.
Yeah, very nice floral and lightly tart flavor.
Right.
And the fish was just perfectly fried. You know, light batter and crisp.
Yeah.
And just
very delicate.
Super delicate. And the fish was just tasty, super tasty.
Yeah, and we went during spring, so like right around sakura season, so a lot of the dishes had little sakura influences.
Yeah.
So this was cool that he included that in this.
Yeah, really well balanced saltiness of the fish and the sweetness of the ingredients of the sauce. Beautiful.
Cute. This was actually really yummy. This, even though it doesn't look like much, this is basically like a little bun, and it came in a piece of paper, and you were supposed to kind of hold it in your hand and eat it using the piece of paper. But it had like Japanese yam on the inside. And so you bit into this super pillowy, tender bread.
And it was warm.
It was warm, yeah, super warm. And then on the inside was this gooey yam, this sweet gooey yam filling.
So good.
It was so good. It just melted in your mouth.
And just like comfort food, but also elevated at the same time.
Yeah, exactly, very delicate. It was like a beautiful mix of comfort, but also being delicate.
It was almost like eating mochi in a way.
Yeah, so this is, again, another really cute dish.
Super fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Oh yeah, this next one. So this was like a chilled oyster, and they flavor it with these fresh spring peas from Hiroshima, and just burst with this freshness to it. And you just take it in one bite, you got that rich oyster flavor, nice dense seafoody, and then mix it with that fresh spring peas. A very interesting way to pair it. It was excellent.
All right, and this was the next dish that they brought out, and this was again really, really lovely. Another very light dish. It was basically clam in like a creamy sauce and some micro tomatoes, green peas. Just lovely. Like I remember the clam was perfectly cooked.
Yeah.
Just very light.
The texture is just perfect. Just right, almost like al dente in a way.
Yeah.
They cook it with such precision. Everything just super well balanced.
Oh yeah, this is good.
This was the Hamaguri Clam. So they kind of deep fry this clam and then they serve it over some seaweed and also some broccoli as well, and over some broth as well. This light broth, but it looks light, but actually the flavor of that broth is super clammy and very delicious, very savory. And then the texture, the fried batter, the very light batter with the clam.
Yeah.
And just super tasty.
Yeah, I remember I loved the breading on this. Again, just very lightly fried, but just gave like a little bit of saltiness, a little bit of crispiness to the clam.
Oof.
It was, again, so tender and
super tender.
Just so good, so delicious. Beautifully cooked. And that's another thing that I think the Japanese excel at is frying things, but without overdoing it.
Right.
You know, the frying is just going to be just enough.
Yeah.
You know.
And I like the juxtaposition of that kind of fried clam and then kind of that fresh vegetable underneath it.
Right.
And then that clear broth that balances it all out. Beautifully composed.
Yeah, beautiful. And this, okay, next came the blowfish.
Yes.
This was delicious.
Ooh.
This was, okay, for those, obviously blowfish, for those who know, if it's not prepared by the right chef, well, it can be poisonous. But the Japanese really know how to prepare blowfish. And a lot of times it's presented almost kind of like fried chicken. Yeah. Because it really does taste like chicken.
It really does taste like fried chicken.
Like just very tender,
super
moist.
tender fried chicken.
Yeah. So this came out just a beautiful piece of blowfish, and you just kind of ate it with your hands like fried chicken, and just so juicy, so flavorful. Again, just enough batter and frying to add a little bit of saltiness and crispiness to it. I love this one. This was actually probably one of my favorite dishes of the night.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Magnificent. Yeah, absolutely mind-blowing how you can be eating fish and be imagining how does this taste so much like fried chicken.
Right.
But amazing. Definitely worth a try if you guys ever have a chance to try fried blowfish. Highly recommend it. This next one is abalone, and folks that have had abalone know basically it's a very tough and difficult to cook piece of seafood. It's thick, and to be able to cook it well, you really have to be very precise. And that's exactly how he did this. Amazing. He mixed it with a bamboo shoot. It seems like he probably braised it because it was really soft. Texture was just amazing. You just bit into it, just melted in your mouth with a nice little light chewiness to it. Everything was just dense, rich flavor, beautiful, rich abalone flavor. So delicious.
Yeah, the sauce had some abalone flavor to it, and then the bamboo shoot. That bamboo shoot doesn't have too much flavor, but it gives like a nice textural component to it. So yeah, this was lovely. Again, perfectly cooked.
Yeah.
Not too chewy at all.
Yep.
Yeah, another one well done. Next came the main entree courses. I chose to get the langoustine dish, and just presented like this. As you can see, beautiful presentation. Just perfectly cooked langoustine. Very tender, so much flavor, super fresh, and the meat was super sweet. Yeah, it was just beautiful. And I like that it was presented so simply because it didn't have anything else competing with the flavor of the langoustine. Yeah, I love this.
All right, so for the entree, I was actually presented one of two choices. Either get the charcoal grilled Kobe beef or the bamboo wrap Kobe beef. They both sounded amazing. So I asked them, I was like, hey, how much does it cost? And they told me it's $30. So I got both, because how many times am I going to come back to Narisawa? The charcoal grilled Kobe beef, which is Kobe beef that's just black on the outside. They put it on the charcoal and then they grill it with this nice crust on the outside. And as you cut into it, you can see it's just perfectly cooked. There's beautiful pink, medium rare Kobe beef. They serve it with another charcoal potato that's perfectly cooked on the inside, super soft, and this light little sweet and soy sauce reduction that's super delicious. And the beef was just amazing, just like melt in your mouth, delicious beef, amazing. The one thing though, I wish it was A5 Wagyu. I think it wasn't. It's probably A4, I believe, but still amazing. But A5 would have just made it incredible. And then the other one, the bamboo leaf wrap That was also super flavorful. The presentation was amazing, where they actually wrap it in bamboo leaf, and then the bamboo leaf is wrapped inside of bread. They bake it in an oven, and then they crack it open, and then you see there's this beautiful piece of beef on the inside that's just perfectly cooked. And then they serve it with cut of onion, super delicious, and they serve that Kobe beef with this rich onion sauce that pairs with it perfectly. Again, the beef just melts in your mouth, perfectly medium rare, incredible, amazing. Definitely worth getting both.
And then for my entree, I chose the sea bass. Again, just another beautiful piece of fish, perfectly cooked. And then it just came with some mountain vegetables. But yeah, it was lovely. I think fish was very juicy, very tender. And then I loved the skin that was on top because it was just beautifully crispy and just kind of crisp in your mouth when you ate it. Yeah, it was lovely. Okay, and then after all of that came the start of the sweet dessert courses. This was the first thing they brought out. This was the light palate cleanser, sweet strawberry, and then
magnolia sorbet.
And then a little, and then some magnolia sorbet. Yeah. Just very light to kind of get you ready for the dessert.
Great way to start, yeah.
All right, and then next came the dessert. And it was really cool. It was basically a sake souffle, and then on the side they had a little dollop of sake sorbet. It was good. The souffle didn't have too much flavor. Like, I couldn't really detect personally
it was like kind of like
flavor.
a ricey souffle. Yeah, definitely had a
very mild.
Yeah,
mild flavored.
It definitely had
very
obviously
light.
No alcohol, but definitely had a little bit of that sake flavor in the souffle.
Yeah, so. And then the sorbet I would say had a little bit more flavor. You kind of detect
sure.
a little bit of sake flavor to it, but yeah,
that was a lot of fun. That was interesting.
Yeah, just a very light dessert. Japanese are really into very light sweets, nothing that's too sugary, too sweet. So
and just kind of shows off and mixing the French style with Japanese flavor profile. Nice way to finish off the meal.
And then just rounding things off, just some little matcha cookies that they brought over. Yeah, so again, not too much flavor, just a little very light sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Japanese macaron.
Right, yeah. Yeah, some matcha cream on the inside.
Yeah.
So that was Narisawa.
Yeah.
Beautiful dinner, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I thought it was just an incredible experience. You definitely see why Narisawa has earned, you know, all the accolades that it has.
Yeah, absolutely incredible and impeccable service.
Yeah.
The presentation is beautiful. Everything was just so well done, and the cooking, the precision, and then just the Japanese, you know, flavor profile, kind of the French style of cooking, just mixing it really well. Incredible.
Everything was perfectly cooked. You're not going to get like super bold flavors when you come here, but it's going to be very delicate, very refined.
Yeah, definitely one of the higher quality restaurants that you would experience from a level of service, presentation, and just overall dining experience. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
So if you guys are ever in Japan, definitely give it a shot.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah.
And if you like our content, please click like and subscribe. It really helps us out.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll see you in our next one.
I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.